Good?
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Athletes Club. My name is Matt, and I'm joined here today with my guy, Ben Howard from MC, Malden Catholic. First of all, start off by wishing you a happy birthday, because on the day of your recording, it is your birthday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So
I
happy
appreciate
birthday.
It. Thank you.
Do you have any birthday wishes you want to share?
Nah, just live more years. Yeah.
More years? All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So at your time here at MC, you're a dual athlete. You're a three-time state champ in basketball, averaging a double-double. But you're also committed to football. Committed to Central Connecticut for football.
Yes, sir. It's good.
So we want to talk about your. Let's just start now in the present to talk about your Malden Catholic journey. What got you to choose Malden Catholic?
Really, I just at first I wasn't too familiar with Malden Catholic. I wasn't familiar with Malden in general. I'm from Boston, so I went to public school, Boston public schools, my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But I played AAU, and I got my coach. He's like an uncle to me, Joe Chapman.
Yep.
He recommended MC to me. He said it'll be a good spot, get out of where I'm from and just focus on sports and my education. And he got me in contact with Coach Walsh, and after that, Coach Walsh showed a lot of love, and I'm here.
Here we are, 4 years later. What do you think MC has had the biggest impact in your life?
I definitely say MC's helped me change as a person, my patience and my attitude. Because when I first came in, I'm not gonna say I was a knucklehead. I didn't know.
I respect the honesty.
Of course, I didn't really understand the rules and why they went about certain stuff and why the small stuff affected them. But then I realized in the real world, it's the small stuff that matters.
Yeah,
so.
I could definitely agree with that. From going to MC, it's definitely like what you're saying about the small stuff. Like I'm sure Brother Dan's been up and down the hallways, 360 tuckage, all that stuff. But yeah, no, that stuff adds up in the long run. It can definitely separate you from other people or other candidates in, whether it be like job interviews or, if you're football, showing up to practice early, staying late for extra reps, things like that.
Absolutely.
What else sticks out to you most, like for you personally, like looking back at your 4 years?
What sticks out the most is just really my maturity and the relationships and friendships I've built, because there's a lot of people, I have friends now that when I first came here, you wouldn't catch me hanging out with them, or I wouldn't even think I would have as close of a connection that I have with them today.
Right.
So MC definitely, when I look back and I think, it's wow, the school really brought me brothers that I thought I never needed, an extended family that I'll have forever.
Right. What do you think, per se, brought you closer to those people? What was the common thing that you guys came together about?
Well, a lot of kids that I'm close with are on the basketball and football team. I'd say the kids on the football team, what brought us closer was, MC football, we're not known for being, too good. But this past year, we made a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. And I think that's because sophomore year, we went 0-9. We didn't win one game. We won a consolation game. Mm. And so I think that's what made us, as rising juniors, we were all right, this can't happen ever again. Right. So we all came together off season. We were all together at on another's house and just chilling. So I think that brought us closer and really helped us. Basketball, we've always since I started, we've always had a certain type of connection. But it took for us to get older and certain kids start driving for us to get connected and actually have that bond.
Right. You just kind of obviously you just touched on being a high school athlete, but what is your experience as a dual athlete? Because I wanted to kind of highlight that, because I feel like, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, that the trend of high school athletes playing multiple sports is kind of dying down compared to when I was in high school.
I would say so. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a lot of kids that I've seen. They would play one sport, like me, for example. Actually, yep. I came here for basketball. I didn't even I hadn't played football since middle school.
Wow.
Or probably like, middle school, before I got to middle school. So football was kind of new to me. But then when I stepped back on the field again, I put my cleats on, and my first game, I was like, oh, the jitters are out. I'm good now. So then that's what really brought me back to football. But I came here for basketball, and then I had to realize like it just wasn't for me. Like basketball, it got to a whole nother level. Like it wasn't just AU. I wasn't playing against kids my age no more.
Right.
I was playing against guys that are competing for a scholarship.
Right.
So I had to realize, like, do I really, like, I literally had to sit down with myself, and I was like, what do you want to go to college for? Like you could I could have put in the work and, worked my butt off in the gym for basketball, but I was just like, I don't have the motivation for it. Football really caught my attention, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah. No, that's real, because at some point you do have to sit down and kind of decide what will bring me further. And as you said, football, obviously, as we're hoping. What is it like being a high school athlete in 2025? What I mean by that is, like, I feel like now, kind of like after pandemic, obviously a lot of things changed, but you see more of like attention on like getting hoop mixtapes, or like just more attention and spotlight on high school sports, and that wasn't always obviously top notch guys, but I feel like everywhere now there's always cameras on high school athletes.
You said, how do I feel about that?
What is it like being an athlete, high school athlete?
I'd say it's fun, but I'd say it's also tough, depending on what type of athlete you want to be. Like if you want to be a great athlete and you want to take it to that next level, there's always going to be those people, those critics on social media. Oh, he's overrated. He's not that good. Or what is he going to do when he goes against so-and-so? So it's like stuff like that. You just have to really block it out, because at the end of the day, you know what you could do, and you know how your game is. So I think being an athlete, it could be in 2025 with like the cameras and Instagram and all the social media stuff. It puts certain athletes under like a light,
right?
And they really, some guys, they live up to it, some guys they don't. So
do you think NIL and transferring, once obviously once NIL has become a thing and like the transfer portal is now a huge part of college sports, do you think that has had a big impact on high school sports? Because I don't know as much football, but I do know basketball. Like Rick Pitino of St. John said, like, we're not looking at high school kids at all. We're looking straight at the portal.
Yeah. That the portal definitely has affected high school sports, because now you see a lot of kids starting to post grad now because of that. And I'm not saying, because at the end of the day, it's a business. So I'm not saying, oh, that's not fair. That's not fair, because it's a business. You have to do what's best for business.
Right.
So I'd say that the portal, it opened up a lot of doors for people, and kids who didn't have the chance before are starting to get chances and recognize that they could ball no matter where they're at. If they ball, they're gonna get found.
That is definitely true. Kind of to switch gears a little bit too, to stay on the social media. What are your thoughts on the state of social media on like sports coverage as a whole? So like kind of talking about like maybe whether it be like Club Shay Shay or like First Take now, or those type of sports networks.
I feel like that's a good way for athletes to get their platform out. And like, how some guys, they want to get into, what is it, like clothing. They want to get into clothing. So maybe that might be a good way to start off, or just getting some stuff off their chest. We was talking earlier, and you said we was talking, and I said I'm a little shy when it comes to certain people. Some people are like that, and you said that's how like rumors started and all that. So it's
that stuff can happen definitely if you don't speak up for yourself sometimes.
So that's a good platform for you to speak up for yourself if you hear a rumor, and if you're a big time athlete and you can't clear it up at the moment, and you don't know really how to go about it, like Club Shay Shay or First Take, those are good platforms for you to do it.
Right. I think Draymond, once he started his podcast, aside from the knowledge that he'd be talking about, but like obviously there's always like controversy around Draymond, but there were certain things like he cleared up that were like, X, Y, and Z happened before I did what happened.
And he never really had that chance until he started the podcast.
Until you see a lot of athletes now. I mean, even Jeff Teagues, as funny as it is, like he be telling real stories about how the league goes. So I'm happy to see athletes kind of have the voice and the narrative of they can tell their story.
Yeah.
Do you think social media has ever affected the way you thought of yourself as an athlete?
Yeah, it definitely, most definitely has. 2 years ago, my sophomore year, when I first started like making some type of noise and I started getting like recognized,
Yeah,
there was a comment under a Twitter post about me after a game, and the guy was like, "Oh, he's overrated. What's he gonna look like in the next 2 years?
right.
What's gonna hold him back? His grades or his attitude?"
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it didn't make me like think of myself less, but I most definitely like sat down and was like, "Whoa, like he's right." Like it
Yeah,
made me realize like one of these two is gonna hold me back from reaching my full potential. So I had to get my act together like this. But no, it didn't negatively affect me at all.
do you think like it kind of stuck with you a little more than it should have?
Yeah, most definitely. And I felt like I had something to prove. When in real life, I just had to go out and play ball.
What do you think you did to like kind of get over that, or kind of move past the mindset that it had you in?
Uh, I just prayed about it, you know.
Really?
Yeah,
I like that
I
answer.
just prayed about it and just asked God to remove the feeling I was feeling because I was in a bad like. I mean, that's not the worst I've been, but it's like it was pretty bad mentally. So I just had to pray about it and just let everything go
It's never a bad time to pray.
at all.
Um, we've also discussed you're also coming off a major injury. What was your
Oh,
injury?
I tore my meniscus, a bucket handle tear, something
Okay.
like that.
Is that your first major injury?
Yes.
So, with that being your first major injury, what has the recovery process been like mentally and physically for you?
Physically, it it's hard, but you just have to push yourself, like day in day out when no one's watching, when you don't have PT, you just have to work yourself. The mental part though, it's hard. Like it's very hard being sidelined and watching like your guys go to war without you.
Yeah.
Like it kind of sucks. Like you have this feeling in your stomach. I can't really explain it, but it was hard, especially like the first month because this my fault. This being my first like major injury, and I never had surgery before,
Yeah.
so I was really just like in my head a lot, and it got to a point where it was like I think I was depressed like for like
Yeah.
a good month or two, and
No,
then
that's a common thing for it too.
yeah, and my mom, she's like my best friend in the whole world. Like I'm not
Shout
gonna
out
lie.
moms.
Yeah, shout out mom. Yeah, so I was like, I was just venting to her, and she told me she was like, listen, this is that obstacle. Remember we talk about it's
Hmm.
not gonna always be sunshine and rainbows. It's gonna be that one time, and it's gonna determine whether you make or break.
Moms is right.
Yeah, so
Moms is right.
it just it definitely brought me closer to God. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was definitely not into religion as I should have been, and I didn't pray as I should have. But like this really opened my eyes, and like I realized everything could be gone like this.
Yeah.
So I just have to
That's
be
a fact.
grateful and thankful for the opportunity, even the small opportunities, the smallest opportunities. Always grateful.
Couldn't have said it better myself about that. I will say too, I think the major thing about like a major injury that you're going to be on the sideline for a point of time is that you have, as an athlete, like you have a certain routine, you know, certain days of certain things, like Wednesdays are games or Thursdays are conditioning day.
Yeah.
You go from doing that, you're like going 100 miles an hour. You go from that to zero, like
Literally,
that, and you're doing nothing.
at all, just chilling.
And you know, your teammates are sometimes your brothers or your sisters, depending on who's watching. But when you have that, and then you're kind of almost left to the side unintentionally,
Yeah,
because you know life moves on for them. You got to take care of yourself, but you kind of left with nobody.
absolutely.
So that can definitely that can be different.
Now, there was times where I felt like I was like, all I have is myself. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like, I have nobody. Like
Yeah,
I feel like I'm alone. Like, I was with a team, we was all together every day.
yeah.
And now it's just like she was like
There's no one next to you with a torn meniscus.
at all. She was like, well, you got God.
Yeah, hey,
That's what
that's a
really
great
made I started
shout out.
praying.
That's
Just
a great
praying, man. Prayer.
prayers do make a difference in your life.
Absolutely.
So going forward, do you think you're going to do anything differently than what you've been doing before the injury?
Just be more cautious, stretch more,
Hmm.
and definitely like just be more be more grateful and realize what I have in front of me and don't take it for granted.
I like that. Do you think that was the toughest time you've had mentally playing sports, or is there another time?
No, that was probably the only time, just because I was like, it was my first major injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've played through concussions, dislocated finger, sprained ankle, everything. But like when I tore my meniscus, I literally couldn't walk. Like,
Yeah.
I tried to get up, I took a step, and I just fell. So I knew I was cooked. But it definitely, like, mentally, it definitely took a toll on me. But it's like when I started PT again, when I started rehabbing, everything just started coming back.
Right.
So that's good.
If you had to name one, what is the mental hurdle you've had to deal with as an athlete?
What do you mean? Like,
so some people have like a mental hurdle of like maybe it be self-confidence or like being afraid to fail in the moment or something like that. Do you think you've ever had to deal with that as like your growth as a player?
no, I really just my attitude. Really, that was a hurdle.
Your attitude in terms of like what? Like what
Like,
was it towards?
when things didn't go my way, or
Yeah.
if, like, because I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
Like, I want to win everything.
Right.
Like, literally. So, it was like sophomore year when we were 0-9, 0-10, whatever it was. I really had attitude after every game. I had attitude during the game. Because things wasn't going our way. But then I had to realize, like, it got deeper than football with me. Like, it got to the point where later in the season I realized, like, I don't even care. Win or lose, I'm out here with my brothers. So it's like every moment I had with them, I loved it because it's like I love these guys I'm on the field with.
Right.
So it really just got, like, I had to just get rid of that attitude and just, you know what, win or lose, you just got to be positive.
Is there someone that said something to you that like made you realize your attitude or like, damn, I gotta change this?
I mean,
Or was it more of like you had the self-awareness to make the change?
it was more of like, my coaches would obviously tell me, like, that's gonna make or break you from getting a scholarship and being a
Right.
scholarship player. So hearing that a lot, and like me being like, do I really want to lose a scholarship because I can't control my attitude and
Yeah.
my emotions? So I just, like, it was a gut check. Like, yo, come on, like, this isn't AAU. You can't just throw a fit. And, you know, even the AAU, I couldn't do that because my coach would have killed me. But like, nah, I just, like, it was just big boy time. I just put my big boy pants on.
Yeah, you gotta have to at some point.
Exactly.
In the fall, obviously, you're looking to play D1 football at Central Connecticut, like we said. So with that, you know, you're going in your first years of college, obviously. What do you think being a D1 athlete looks like?
I think being a D1 athlete on the field, I think it looks like you leading your teammates, and you just, like, you. All right, I'm gonna start with off the field. Actually, off the field, you have to just be a leader, and you have to just work your ass off even when no one's watching, because at the end of the day, when game time comes, it's gonna pay off.
Yep.
So that's definitely something that's key when you're a D1 athlete off the field, and just watch your behavior. Don't do nothing stupid. Like, don't make a 5-second decision that'll cost the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like it's dumb. Like, think before you react. And on the field, when things don't go your way, man, you just gotta keep going. Like, you just gotta, chin up, chest out, let's keep going.
So what do you think, like, if I had to give you a whole day, right, what do you think that day would look like? Like, what time you waking up? What do you think, what time you're going to be waking up on your football schedule?
Am I in the season?
You're in the season. We'll say it's like Tuesday. So it's, you know, after Saturday game, you've already had your day off, kind of starting the week.
Starting the week, definitely waking up around, do I have school? Do I have classes?
Do you?
If I don't have classes,
I don't know your schedule.
On a Tuesday, if I'm waking up and I have classes, I wake up around 7, you know, eat my breakfast, get to school around like 8 when it first starts. So I'm not really too good with time management, so I'm like always late.
See, the reason is in season, I'm gonna call you and remind you of what you said, and we're gonna compare it to what actually happens. Because
nah, I think, like, it really does depend. Like, my body's weird. Like, if I don't have a game for like another, let's say 2-3 days. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sleeping until like 12, 1, then going to the gym and doing what I have to
All
do.
right.
You know. But
All right, we gonna see. I don't know the football schedule, so we gonna see. What are you looking forward to most about being in college?
just the experience. Like a lot of people, they say, I hear college is hard. College isn't hard,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to experience it for myself, and I just want to get that experience, like the college experience, college football, college sports in general. Like I
Yeah.
want to go to every sport game there is. Like
Yeah.
I just want to experience the college life and see, and I just want to see what the academics is like. Also, like I hear the academics are hard, the academics are easy, so I just want to feel it out myself and see if I could do it.
I think you could do it because, well, coming from MC, it definitely does prepare you for college. I will say
Absolutely.
that going to MC and then finishing out college. I think for college, it's definitely dependent on major
Mhm.
because you can have a major that's as hard as psychology, which is all pages and writing papers, or it could be something like communication. Not to say communication is easy, but it can be easier for some people. But I think college is what you make it.
Yeah.
Like if you go network, make some friends, go out, be social with people, then you're gonna get something out of it.
Yeah.
If you not gonna get not look to make something out of it or try to make the best of your situation of whatever it may be, then you're probably not gonna like college. It isn't for everybody, and that's not to say good or bad. It's just it's meant for some people, and some people it isn't.
Absolutely.
Also, we had a little discussion before podcast, obviously, about what life would be like after sports. What do you think the emotions will be for you coming with your last time stepping on the field?
Probably very emotional. I'm an emotional guy. Like as big as I am, like I'm very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like things like that definitely make me, especially like how long I've been playing. Like besides that little break I had from when I didn't play in middle school, I've been playing almost all my life. So it's like football is everything to me. Football gave me a chance to do something not many people could do.
Right.
From where I'm from. So it's like it's a blessing. It was a blessing. So I'm definitely gonna be emotional my last time stepping on the field.
Okay. Have you thought about what life would be like after football?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't thought about it too much because I like to focus on the now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have put some thought into it, but I haven't put like too much thought into it.
What do you think that lifestyle would be like? Who do you want to be after? Like, do you want to maybe dive into coaching, or do you want to be away from the game, or?
I want to stay as close as possible. I want to, like we talked, and I told you I wanted to do like start my own podcast or like and start streaming and all that. But I really want to get into criminal justice. I want to be a detective as well. So
that's dope. That's a different answer.
But regardless of what I do, man, I just want to be in a good position to take care of myself and my family.
Right.
Like that's the end goal. That's always been my goal. I just want to be able to take care of my family and give them a better situation.
That's a good answer. I think moms would appreciate that answer too.
Oh, of course, of course.
So we've talked a lot about you as an athlete, you in football. Who is Ben Howard outside of sports?
Outside of sports, Ben Howard is just a kid that just likes to have fun. I'm very goofy. Just like to chill. I like to have a good time.
So what are some of the interests you have that aren't sports related? Like, are you like a superhero type of guy? Do you play video games? Do you watch anime?
Most definitely. I play video games, man.
Yep, I'm right with you.
All day, every day. I'm always like if I'm not working out, if I'm not doing nothing, I'm on that game.
Mm-hmm.
Any chance I get, I'm on that game.
That's good.
A lot of GTA online.
Okay.
2K, Madden. Anybody want smoke?
I might have some 2K smoke for you.
Hey,
no cap.
Whatever.
So Madden, we can run that Madden too.
Oh, you don't want that Madden?
All right, bro.
I don't want to do that.
All right, bro. you got a duo you can run with?
Yeah.
All right, bet. We gonna run that.
I bet.
My duo. We gonna run that.
I bet.
I also wanted to touch base with you also on what is your understanding of NIL now that you're going to be a D1 athlete and kind of going into that world?
My understanding of NIL is college athletes being able to get paid off their name.
Right. Name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
So, do you plan on potentially taking advantage of it, or like have you had talks with Central Connecticut about anything of like that?
No, I haven't talked to them about NIL yet. But I most definitely want to get into NIL and start my own little.
Yeah, it can be. It can also be something as simple as like you making a post for, say, like a rehab center or something, and like that's something you should definitely take all the resources that they have and use it.
Gotcha.
I definitely think that's huge and taken advantage of. And lastly, last topic before we get to some good questions is also something we talked about before was the business of sports. When did you realize, or who had the conversation with you to introduce that, like, sports is a business at the end of the day?
I knew sports was I always knew sports was a business, but like freshman year, like my pops, shout out pops, I have some great talks with pops all the time. But he tells me, like, he told me freshman year, I forgot what I heard. I think I heard like my finger or something. It was something dumb. And I was like, I don't want to play. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to be 100%. He was like, it's your finger. He was like, you think a coach wants to hear that at the next level? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, Benjamin, you say that, they're going to be like, here's your bus ticket back to Boston. Bye. Yeah. So I really was like, it's that deep. He's like, yes. And then even like having friends that play college sports, they're like, yo, bro, like you come here as business. Like they want you to perform at your best 24/7. Right. And they're not hearing no excuses, nothing. Like it's strictly business. Because that's how they feed their families. So you have to respect it. Like I can't even get mad at that. You can't get mad at that.
And whether you respect it or not, it's gonna happen. And at the end of the day too, also in basketball world, Nuggets, for example, first person to go, they say now, especially now, is always the coaches. Yep. So they gonna go out however they think is best, whether that's getting rid of you, keeping you, or getting somebody else. They gonna try every last option to keep their job.
It's a business.
You have to.
Oh yeah.
So let's get to a little bit better and fun questions. Right. Since you're a football player, I gotta go. It's Saturday night. You got Sunday off. No classes Monday. Y'all get a big dub. Are you going out with the team, or are you staying in the crib and playing the video game?
Going out.
So your team going out, or your team staying in?
It depends on how I feel after the game.
No. There is no depend. It's one or the other.
I mean,
we're not letting.
I'll go with the fellas. Absolutely, I do that.
So you're going out.
Yeah.
You can't switch you can't say I'm going out then coming back in.
Nah, I'm going out with the fellas.
All right, you're going out. Fellas, absolutely. Going out with the fellas. So at the high school lunch table, is there still the conversations of like sports? Like, you know how you see the memes of like Shannon Sharp and Skip going back and forth and be like the college or the lunch tables used. Is that still a thing? Like, is everybody still coming to the lunch table? Like, bro, Braun still got it. He's still the
GOAT. Oh no, absolutely. But it's not more like as you get older, it's not more like about Fortnite and like football, basketball.
So what is it? What do y'all? Like, bro, that was all our conversations. Just like sports and talking about what happened. Like, so is that like outdated now? Is that not the cool thing to do?
No, we still do it, but it's like more to talk about. Like we'll give you a recap of our weekend or what we did. Like this.
So y'all not debaters no more.
Not really.
That's
not
crazy,
really.
Bro.
It depends. Like the most debate we do is like, oh, who's better than Kobe or Ron, or
That's what I'm saying. So that's still is it like the whole lunch table?
Oh no.
It's just like one or two guys. Like, all right, bro.
Yo, bro, Kobe's better, and then you'll ask someone, yo, you think Kobe's better? Yeah. See, exactly. I told you, and then we start talking about something completely different.
That's crazy, bro. Bro. I guess some legendary conversations are dying out. Times are changing, bro. Way too quickly. So if there had to be one song to enter, if there's one song to play every time you enter, so for you it's football field, step onto the football field before the game, step on the field before practice, step on the field with no one's there. What is the one song you want to play as like your theme song every single time?
My theme song? Rod Wave, Long Journey. I like that song a lot.
Okay. I don't think I've heard it, so I can't make too much of a reference about it. But
great song.
You're going to see. We're going to see what that sounds like. Do you watch TV shows or movies with or without subtitles? These last two questions, this one and the next one, are a huge factor on how I'm going to view you as a person.
No subtitles. I can't use subtitles.
Oh my God, bro.
I just have to have the TV mad loud. No subtitles.
Bro, but like, See, we've had someone say that, but my defense is like if you're watching a show where like someone has an accent or they say something that you don't know, how are you gonna know what they say?
And just laugh and keep it pushing.
But what if you gonna laugh if it's a serious situation?
Nah, I just can't, because the subtitles, they just pop up, and sometimes like the subtitles will pop up before they say it, so it's like it'll spoil what they're gonna say. You know what I mean?
No, bro.
Nah.
No.
Nah, I can't do subtitles.
Bro, subtitles are a must.
No.
Because you have to understand what's going on.
Pay attention.
Yeah, but if you
don't know what the person said, rewind it and be like, wait, what? What did he say?
So if I can't hear it, and I'm hearing it, but it's just not making sense, I can then, diffuse, cut the blue wire.
Oh.
Especially the shows where like they'll dip into other languages or something. Then what?
That's fair.
Then what?
That's fair. I'm not gonna lie.
You just not gonna know what's going on. You gonna laugh.
There's been a few times I was like, "What did they just say?" But
see,
subtitles. I can't.
Bro,
I hate subtitles.
No, all right. No, we can't hate on the subtitles.
No, I hate the subtitles because
no,
they just pop up, and before the person would say it, just pops up. Oh, so and so's in here. So and so, and I'm like, they didn't even say that yet. Come on, you're ruining it for me. Turn them off. Yep.
I can't buy that. I'm gonna give you one chance to redeem yourself with this. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't know. If you put pineapple on pizza, I'm sorry, but you are a sick individual if you put pineapple on pizza. I'm talking to you who puts their pineapple on their pizza. That is nasty. Do not do that.
He said it.
Come on, man.
You said it for me. You said it for me. You redeemed yourself. Because finally, bro, it does not belong on pizza.
At all.
It's too much. It's too, like, I love pineapple itself.
Yes.
Pineapple itself,
on
good.
Pizza, come on. I mean,
too much.
Didn't they say Hawaiian started, like, do that? Like, that's where
I know. I think it's on Hawaiian pizza. I don't know, though. But I don't know. But it's too much, bro. It's too much.
Way too much. Come on. It's pepperoni or sausage, something. No pineapple. Pineapples, bro.
Pineapple's too much.
Pineapples? Really, bro? Come on.
All right. So that's all I got for you for questions. Do you have something you want to do to take us out of here? Like a quote? You got something? Or a message? Or what you got to take us out of here today?
Not really, man. Just, to the younger athletes, faith over fear, man. Faith over fear. Stay prayed up. Work hard. You're going to get there, man.
All right. I like it. We out of here.
We out.